Hi, I have a 2014 Toro Timecutter SS4235 zero-turn. Seems there is an issue with the right side hydrostatic drive. It will move forward and back but is low speed compared to the left. I'm not sure where to begin troubleshooting. Hydraulid fluid level? Air in system? Etc. Suggestions?
Greetings, my name is have over 25 years experience in the small engine and power equipment service industry. I currently own and operate a dealership for many brands including warranty service for Briggs Stratton, Kohler, Honda and many others. How long have you been experiencing this problem? If you are able to provide the model and serial number of your Toro, I can look up and see what gear drive it uses, unless you have the make, model and serial number of the gear drive. Most of these residential models use a sealed unit. There is not one to change or add oil to them. They are designed for a service life of in and around the 200 to 500 hour mark before the manufacturer expects the customer to replace the whole unit, so they are not designed to last forever. That being said, if you are experiencing slipping, it can be from a few things, due to the fact it only happens at full throttle or speed and not at lower speed or in idle. I would suspect that you have a belt that is either loose or has been glassed or burnt. Again, without the proper model number I can't look up any parts to it. However, I would suspect that it uses one or two belts for the drive pumps. Possible you need a new belt or tension spring if the unit has low hours. Regards, Greg.
Hi Greg, model number 74633, serial ###. I just took possession of the mower, gave it a full tune-up so it runs well, but if I push both drives forward the right side doesn't keep up. I have to push right all the way FWD and keep left about halfway back. I can't seem to figure out which gear drive it has. Hi, are you there? Just checking.thx.
Let me have a look into it. Give me a minute and I'll be right back. Looking up your machine, it does use sealed wheel drives, so you should not be dealing with a fluid issue unless you have seen fluid leaking out when you park it. The belt system uses one belt for both drives, so if your left is working it's on the same belt as the right. You should not be dealing with a belt issue. Is it slower in both forward and reverse, or does it seem like you just can't move the right lever far enough forward to keep up to speed of the left side? You can visit this website https://lookup3.toro.com/partdex/index.cfm. Kohler equals Toro and Lang equals us_n and use the model number you gave me. It will give you three options. Choose the one based on your serial number and you can pull up drawings and get part numbers for your machine. You may be able to correct the speed issue with making adjustments to the stroke on the right-hand lever. The drawings are an exploded view of the parts, so it's not going to help much when it comes to adjustments, but I would start off by finding the linkage rod that goes into the RT wheel drive and comparing it to the LF side. You can make some adjustments, however, in this type of system. If you add more stroke to forward, you remove it from reverse, etc. You can also go too far and start having the unit creep. I do want to make sure when you say right side you are talking about your right-hand lever as you are sitting in the seat, correct?
No leaking fluid visible. It seems just forward. Reverse, I haven't noticed a difference in drive. The lever has no problem moving as far forward as the left one. I was checking for a linkage difference, if the nut needed adjustment, but both seem the same. Yes, when I reference right, it is from the seated position. My right hand side is slower. What do you mean by unit creep? Is that the result of someone with a gigantic right arm/shoulder/lot jamming the handle forcefully enough FWD to mechanically move the unit placement? I just took possession of this from an organization, so I have no history with its use.
Okay, just wanted to check. Often we get people saying right as in looking at it from the couch. This would be more common if it was the left-wheel drive, as generally you do twice as much turning to the left as the discharge is on the right, and the left motor burns out quicker. If you cannot push the lever as far forward even with the tractor off, then you need to see if there is something binding or stopping it. Just cast the nut on the top looks to be in the same place doesn't mean the linkage below is stroking as far. Some of these zero turns are hard to work on unless you can get them up in the air. Also, removing the mower deck will give you more access and get the mower deck drive belt out of the way to get in there and make adjustments to any lower end bell cranks. Creep means if you adjust the lever too far forward, it may continue to want to travel forward and not be in neutral when you return to center. If you received this from a company or it was bought second-hand, I would assume that it has a lazy wheel drive and they knew it and were getting rid of it. No one gets rid of a machine that works perfectly regardless of age. I suspect you will need to replace the complete wheel drive to correct its problem. Again, this is a residential machine. It was designed to do between 200 and 500 hours. If it was used by a company in a commercial application, it has probably consumed itself. If you are not comfortable with making the adjustments and testing them, or you feel it may be an internal problem, I would recommend finding a Toro dealer in your area and having an inspection done on it. Greg.
Okay, THX, have given me some things to chase down. Tough that I can't tell fluid level, i.e. a leak unknown to prior to my taking possession, as it is a sealed unit. I couldn't find a sight glass nor in any exploded docks I've found thus far. Later models have a reservoir and seem to have a sight window/nut to gauge level, and a bleed process from what I've seen for air. So, then, I am correct in that sitting in the seat referring to the drive as the right drive on my right side is accurate. This was a freebie, from a baseball club I was on the board for. Only used to cut a ball field, then possibly as a drag machine for the dirt infield. Probably always in one direction, which may have worn off as you mentioned the one side. Other than this issue, it's in very good condition. Figure if I have to replace the drive for $6 to $800, it was a $2,500 mower at one time. And if I don't, I just get rid of it myself.
Yes, you always explain things as if you are in the seat, or behind the wheel. So the driver's side of a car is the left. In North American anyway. There may be some more info on the gear drives if they are Hydro Gear brand. If there is a model and serial number on them, I can possibly find a fluid level for you, but again they are sealed. If there is no oil leaking, it's probably still in there, just the interns are damaged.
Okay, I'll jack it up, clean it up a bit and see what else I can see/find. THX.
Good luck. If there is anything else I can assist you with, please let me know. Greg.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/ythi.